Now that the chalk dust from the World Championships and Pan American Games has settled, IG Online would like to share an interview conducted with one of the most controversial and at times misunderstood judges in recent gymnastics history. As a first-time judge at the Olympic Games, Colombia's Oscar Buitrago found himself smack dab in the middle of the 2004 Athens Olympic controversy involving Paul Ham, Yang Tae-young, and Kim Dae-yoon. Buitrago served his suspension and judged at both the Tokyo Worlds and Guadalajara Pan Am Games. We hope you enjoyed this candid interview and a glimpse from another vantage point, that of the FIG judge.
How often do intentional mistakes, how oftentimes are those made by judges at the World and Olympic Games?
How to answer that question, but when you are judging, especially at the Olympics, when the responsibility is huge, I think you have the same tension that when you are a gymnast. You are not performing a routine, but you are looking at a lot of routines, and you are thinking always to avoid any mistake. Now, I think the people is too much focus on the D panel before A panel, but the D panel. But D panel has a lot of help right now. They have a lot of guys from the International Gymnastics Technical Committee behind them. They have IRCOS, the system, and now they have a new judges out of the tables judging those routines. So it's gonna be very difficult to make a mistake as a D jury. But I think you can be less honest as a B jury, as a E jury, and the E jury finally is the one that is gonna decide who's gonna take the medals or who's gonna take the honors to go to the Olympics. And it not necessarily is because you are not honest. It can be because if you have one mistake as a small fault, it's gonna be 1/10. You can see it as a medium, it's gonna be 3/10. So just one mistake is 2/10 off. So if you put like 10 mistakes in that way, the difference between the E judges is gonna be amazing.
Following the officiating debacle that we've been talking about during the 2004 Olympic Games revolving around Yang Tae-young's A-panel score and Paul Ham's all-around gold medal, FIG President Bruno Grande said this, and I quote, "The judges' marks have to be accepted as a final decision and cannot be changed. In order to protect the integrity of the FIG, the judges, and to be able to maintain and ensure the highest possible judging standard at the Olympic Games, the FIG Executive Committee has decided to suspend 3 technical officials concerned pending inquiry. These officials included you, Benjamin Bongo of Spain, and George Beckstead of the United States. Looking back now, what are your thoughts about the suspension, and has it changed you?"
Dreams of my life was have the chance to go to the Olympic Games, and I invest a lot of my own money doing that, studying, going to international courses, paying tickets. Finally, I got it. I went to Athens, which was one of the best experiences I have ever had in my life. Unfortunately, not proud, but I make a mistake. So it was the first Olympic experience, and I screw it. Mr. Bruno Grande, as a president of the federation, he took the right decision in that moment, because we are judges, but we are judges from the International Gymnastics Federation, and nobody's gonna say anything about Colombian judge, United States judge, or Spain judge. They're gonna talk about the the entire judge community around the world, and they're going to start saying that they are not honest, or they are judging with some tendency. And FIG is an international organization. It's the body governing of gymnastics. So the last thing that it can happen is the people are going to lose credibility on them, and that's going to happen. So that's, I think the president took the right decision. Everybody is looking at us as we made a mistake as judges. Nobody's talking about the Korean people's mistake. They were right, we made a mistake, but they never say anything about it. At time, they complain like 2 hours, 2.5 hours later. So it was out of our hands to fix it. We recognize that, okay, maybe we made a mistake, but it's not the time to fix it, and it's not from us to fix it. It's not up to us to fix it. That's president of the International Technical Committee, Mr. Adrian Stoica, and so they refer to them. But when they asked us at the parking lot, when we were waiting for the bus, for us was like, okay, it was a mistake. I mean, we didn't know at that time. So if we didn't know it, how they can say there was something intentional? We didn't know that changed all that medal things. But okay, that happened. Now we learned. But what I think is, we paid the price. It wasn't the right thing for us. We cannot do anything to change that mistake. We did it, but International Gymnastics Federation cannot stay punishing us forever, like 8 years to fix some mistakes on my judging, and I just want to ask for one more chance to go to the Olympic.
You know, as well as the rest of the gymnastics community, that the judging errors overshadowed the gymnastics competition in Athens. None more than the issues swirling around Paul Ham's victory in the all-around. And Bruno Grandi said this of those errors: they discredited our sport and pointed an accusing finger at serious deficiencies in our judging system. Consequently, in 2006, the code of points and the entire gymnastics scoring system were completely overhauled. Has the existing code of points promoted more objective and fair judging?
I think fair judging, yes, because it's going to be more easy to prove that you are wrong. So you had to be accurate in what you are doing. If not, you had to explain why not, because the rules are in the code, and you have a lot of eyes looking at the same routine. A lot of eyes from the International Federation, a lot of eyes from the federations competing, and a lot of other judges' eyes looking at. Plus, ARCOS. Something happened, you can review in ARCOS, and this is going to happen. And I'm talking as a D jury. As an E jury, it's going to be a little more difficult to prove it, because I mentioned it before. You can have a different angle or different position in front of the event, and you can see different mistakes that the other judges, like on rings. If you are in front of the gymnast, you're not going to see the same mistake that the one that is beside him. So it's going to be difficult.
Do you miss the perfect 10?
I think gymnastics has to change, because we are in an evolution. All the sports are changing around the world to make them more attractive to the people. But many people doesn't want to practice gymnastics anymore, because it's so difficult to get 16 points, and they had to practice 4, 5, 6 hours every single day, and there are many alternatives out of the gym. You have internet, you have access to Facebook, you have to access to Twitter, you have to access to many things, YouTube. So many people want to spend less time in the gym and more time socializing. If we do not do something about it, many people from in the gymnastics family around the world are going to quit. I think 10-0 is a good thing to invite the people to go for gymnastics. It's 10. We are thinking that you get 10 in most of the sports in the universities and college. 10 is good. Everybody knows 10 is good, except in gymnastics. Now 10 is not good in gymnastics. It's very bad.
Is there anything that you would like to say to the South American gymnastics community?
Bueno, pienso que no tenemos mucho tiempo, pero pienso que no solamente la Federación Suramericana, sino toda la Federación, la PAGU, tiene que funcionar más junta. Los países tienen que apoyarse más internacionalmente en sus ideas, hacer más intercambio con entrenadores. Brasil, Colombia, Argentina, todos tienen países entrenadores muy buenos, pero nunca intercambian información. No sé por qué los cursos de verano se hacen siempre en Estados Unidos, si nosotros también tenemos la infraestructura para hacerlo en nuestros países. Es parte de prepararnos mejor para hacerlo.
Log on to International Gymnast Online
And tell us what you think.